If you're looking at selling your house anytime soon, then you'll want to check out this video because here I'm going to share with you 7 of my top tips that I give all of my clients to help them take home more money on the sale of their home. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jason Hoover with the Hoover team, a long-term resident and broker of the greater Nashville area. And if you love this city as much as I do, then you'll want to subscribe to this channel. I'm sharing all of my favorite things to do, places to eat, all the new things that are coming here, and most importantly, I'm sharing all things real estate. So hit that subscribe button. You'll also want to hit that little bell icon as well. That's going to notify you every single time that I post a brand new video. My first tip, and probably arguably one of the best tips, is to deep clean your house. Get all of the dirt out. I mean, top to bottom, the baseboards, the ceiling, the dust, the bathrooms, everything. Clean it well. You'll even probably want to hire somebody to do it. And that's money well spent, because when they come in and they do a thorough cleaning, it is going to make that house shine. It's going to make it smell good. People are going to love it. Because think of it like this. Think of if you go to a hotel room and that hotel room is, it's clean. They made the bed, but it's, there's some stuff in the sink and it's kind of a little bit dirty. It's not as much of a pleasant experience, right? It's because you're thinking, what else is not cleaned? Well, in the home, it's the same experience for a stranger who is the prospective buyer. They come in, and if they see that the home is kind of dirty and it's not taken care of, they're going to have a different feeling than is if they walk in and you've had it completely cleaned, top to bottom, by professionals. And they're going to see that, wow, this thing feels great. It feels new. There's no water stains on the mirrors. There's no odor present there. In the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedrooms, the baseboards, everything is completely clean. They're going to have a positive experience. And when they have a positive experience, they value the property a lot more. So, number 1, you got to deep clean your house. That leads us to number 2, and that is you got to get the smell out. I have seen so many times that when a house has an odor, my buyers don't even want to pay attention to it. They're like, nope, I'm checking this one off of my list. I've even had some that as soon as I open the door, they're like, I don't even want to go in. So do the sniff test, and you may be used to it. It may be an odor from your pets. Maybe it's your cats or dogs or what have you. Or maybe it's the types of food that you cook. So if you got a showing or an open house coming up, don't cook anything that's going to have a lasting, lingering odor. And one thing that I always suggest that the sellers do is have a friend come over. Have a friend or a neighbor and let them do the sniff test, because you're accustomed to it and you don't know that it has an odor to it. It may not be a bad odor, but it just may not be an odor that's pleasant to the buyer. So just as we talked about as cleaning your house, the smell is going to be extremely important as well. So you want to get that smell out and make it smell fresh and clean and new, okay? So first one is to clean it, and then the second one, we want to get the smell out. The third tip is to pre-pack. Get rid of the clutter. Sometimes you don't even know that it seems really cluttered. Maybe you have a lot of pictures on the wall, or maybe you have a lot of plants by the window and around the house. The thing is, that may be enjoyable to you, but we're trying to appeal to the masses. So we want that thing as clean as possible. So get rid of the clutter. If you've got a lot of plants, let's take a lot of those out of there, okay? The more floor space, the better. So if you have a lot of pictures on the wall, take some of those down. Again, talk to a friend, get some feedback from somebody that you trust. But you want to go ahead and pre-pack. So when they walk into your house, that very first impression, they're not seeing a bunch of stuff, because when they see stuff, it's all psychological. Everything that we're talking about is psychological. They're going to immediately get an impression of that house, and that impression is going to be a feeling. We want the very best feeling for our buyers so that we get top dollar. So get rid of the stuff off the kitchen counter, get it off the kitchen table, get it, if you got dog bowls, like I do at my house, put those away. If you got a lot of magazines or mail, clean it out. And I know that sounds like a lot of trouble, but it's going to help you recoup more money in the long run if you just take the extra time to declutter, or what we like to say is pre-pack. go ahead and put those things into some boxes and put them out in the storage, or put them in the attic, or put them in the garage. If you have to, store your stuff in the garage. And that's okay, because when people are accustomed seeing that there's pre-packing going on, there's a bunch of boxes and everything in the garage. So you're okay with that. Just get it out of the house. So that's it for number 3, is to pre-pack, get rid of the clutter. Number 4 is probably going to be one of the most costly, but you're going to get a great return on that investment. And that is to paint. Paint the interior of the house, paint the exterior of the house. We want that thing to look showroom new, as they say. So if you have an older house that hasn't been painted in a while, then you'll want to go ahead and do some of that. And it doesn't cost as much as you would think. You can get some reasonable prices on paint and somebody to paint it. Or maybe you enjoy painting it. Just if you do, make sure it's a good job. I've seen them that they did not trim correctly, and there's paint on the ceiling, there's paint on the baseboards. Don't do that. That's even worse, because people come in there and go, oh my goodness, this thing is a mess. But you got to paint. So if you got a bunch of rooms that are painted different colors, you want to make those the same. And get a neutral color. Don't be white. Maybe go with what we say, the agreeable gray, because that kind of gives people a fresh palette to start envisioning themselves being in that home. Also too, by doing that, people are going to smell the paint. And again, it goes back to that psychological feeling, is that it tells them that this is a new home. This is a great value. I like this. Okay, so go ahead and if you got to bite the bullet and do the paint, then do it, because it's going to be well worth it in the long run when you do, because you're going to get more money for your house. Tip number 5, it's all about lighting. Just like in photography and video, you got to get the lighting correct. So many times I see houses without bulbs in some of the lamp fixtures or in the ceiling, or if they do have bulbs, they're already blown out. And then the third, they have different tones of bulbs and different light fixtures, and it's a complete mess. So spend a little bit of money, go to Home Depot, Lowe's, or wherever you like to shop, buy them in bulk, go through and just change all the bulbs out. Just change them out. And why do we do this? Because you don't want it later on, maybe they're showing the house and another bulb goes out. Go ahead and spend that money, because you're already putting in the time and the effort, and just a few extra dollars to change out the bulbs is going to make a big difference, because it goes back to the feel. When people walk in, when those prospective buyers walk in your house and they see bulbs missing or they're different color bulbs, they don't get that great positive feeling. We want that house to give them just a big hug when they walk in. And their perception is that they're not taking care of the lighting, and they're not even replacing the bulbs properly in the house, what else are they not working on in the house? What else are they not fixing? What else are they letting go? So it's very important. Change out the bulbs, get the proper lighting so that your house shows perfectly every time a buyer walks in. Number 6, we want that house to look new as possible. We want to freshen it up. So there's a few different things that you can do. Going back to what I said about lighting, you want to change out the window treatments if needed be. So if the blinds are old or yellow, or maybe they're broken in one place and you've got duct tape on it. Yeah, I'm just kidding about the duct tape, hopefully. Go ahead and change those out, okay? Also too, simple things like towels in the kitchen, in the bathroom, whatever. Maybe it's the rugs in the kitchen and bathroom as well. Change those out, buy new ones. It's okay, because you're going to take those with you. You're not leaving that with the house. So when you go to the new house, you got new towels, you got new rugs. But those are little small things that buyers don't even know that they're seeing, that make a difference in what they feel when they walk through the house. One of the big things, which is going to be pricey, but if you need to change out the hardware, go ahead and change out the hardware. And you can get some discounts on that if you buy in bulk, depending on how big your house is. But if you got hardware that is just, it looks old, especially on your doors, change those out, because that's, especially on the front door, I mean, that's the first impression. If you walk up and it's loose and it's got, it's all chipped and just looks bad, then that's the first impression they're going to see of your house, and you don't want to start off on that wrong foot, okay? So change out the hardware if you can, if you need to. Go ahead and do that, and that's going to help you out in the sale of that home, and as we're talking about, make more money in the long run. So number 7 is to accessorize properly. All right, so accessorizing the house. For some of you, you love this. This is going to be a great thing. For people like me, I can't stand shopping. I don't want to try to figure it out, so I'm going to have somebody do it. I'm going to have a friend. I'm going to have the neighbor, somebody who's good at doing it, come over to my house and accessorize it properly, because accessorizing it, it's going to make the good points about your house stand out to the buyers. Okay, so what do I mean by accessorize? I'm talking about adding some color to the house. So if you've got, maybe you changed your walls to agreeable gray and you've got some bland furniture and there's just no real color splash in the house, then you want to go ahead and do that. And that you can add pillows, you can do rugs, you go back to your window treatments, things like that's going to help out. Also, maybe adding some mirrors. If you don't have a lot of mirrors, mirrors are big and they help out to increase the size or the perception size of the house. So mirrors will open up a room that is seemingly pretty small. So if you've got a smaller master room, maybe get a nice full-length mirror to throw in there. Or if maybe you have a smaller living room, get a big mirror. It's going to open that place up and people are going to enjoy it. And so accessorize as much as you can. Again, when you're buying these things, you're going to take it with you anyway. You're not leaving it with the house. So that's just a bonus for your next house. And you can get some great prices, great discounts. You don't have to go crazy on all of this stuff. This does not have to be expensive at all. So just the little things like this is going to mount up to big increases in the amount of money that you take home, because it's all psychological. All right, so don't forget, all the other points are highly important, just as this one is, to accessorize so that you're going to get that top dollar. So there you have it, my 7 top tips that I give all of my clients when they're selling their house. As you see, that these things are not that difficult, and you can have a lot of people help you out on these. But in doing these, it's going to help increase the value of your home. And turnkey properties bring a premium, and that's what we want. We want that premium dollar amount. We want more buyers wanting your house, and even getting into multiple offers are also really great to have, right? So that you have the option of picking and choosing. And plus, they usually bump it up as far as the price. So take these 7 tips, see which ones that you need to put into place, and go ahead and knock those things out. This is going to help you in the long run. And maybe you're not ready to sell for another 3-6 months. If that's the case, you can go ahead and start doing some of this stuff right now, so you're not scrambling all at the end. Now, I would wait for the deep cleaning until you're about ready to go to market. That way it doesn't get dingy and dirty over time. So hopefully these 7 tips are going to help you out. And if you have other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, maybe make some comments below. I'll answer all comments, and I'm more than happy to give insight and input. Again, I've been doing this for many years, and I love helping families, and it's a passion of mine to see how much we can always get for each house. So there's a lot more that I help clients with. Just couldn't fit them all into one video. So if you do have questions, please reach out, or better yet, just go ahead and put a comment down below. Well, that wraps up this video, and I hope that it brought a lot of value to you. And remember, if you are buying, selling, investing, or if you even know somebody that is here in the Middle Tennessee area, reach out to me. I would be honored to talk to you about what we do to help clients out in buying or selling their houses and in getting the very best deal. So thank you for watching. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, would love to hear from you in the comments, and also hit that little bell icon so that it's going to notify you every time that we post. All right, well, thank you so much, and until next time, have a very blessed day.